Guys, I'm back. The reason I haven't posted is I literally had the busiest 3 weeks. My phone stolen, let's start there. And if you've ever had your phone stolen, you know the amount of stress it just causes you. I just never thought I'd ever have my phone stolen. Now that I'm home, I'm gonna film a book haul. You know, I am the biggest book lover ever. Recently I went to 66 Books last weekend. If you don't know what 66 Books is, it is basically this wholesaler like warehouse kind of near London, and basically it's only like a couple weekends a month where it's open to the public, but you go in there and it is just stacked full of books. I'll insert some pictures here because it's kind of crazy. When the public go in, there is a 70% discount, so if a book was £10, it's reduced all the way down to £3. I don't even think I'm gonna get this on camera, but oh my gosh, it's just full of books. So this whole box, retail price would have been over £300, and I got it for 70. I also have Goodreads, so if you want to see what I'm reading, what I've read in the past, and the books that I want to read, the link is down below. I absolutely love the app. I think I'm on it like every day. My current read at the moment is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm about that halfway in. Okay, so from the works, the other day I picked up The Fourth Wing. I've seen this all over my For You page on TikTok. At the moment, my book genre has changed. I was so into like romance books, you know, like Twisted Love by Anna, and like just like Colleen Hoover, like Ugly Love, It Ends With Us, like all those types of books I was so into. And at the moment, I just can't stand them. I think that's to do with like how much smut is in the book. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't want to read smut. I'm just really into like fantasy, like castles and like dragons and like different worlds, which I didn't think I was. But I think it's all because of this series. It's made me absolutely love that genre. I believe this is kind of like the same kind of like fantasy kind of world with like dragons in it, I believe. So I'm very excited about that. Even on the back, Millie Bobby Brown, one of my favourite actresses. I absolutely love Millie Bobby Brown. I absolutely love Enola Holmes. Like, I rewatch their movies all the time. They are my favourite, like that kind of like style and genre. I just think she's such a good actress. I love her. Then I picked up Powerless. Again, I believe this is like another fantasy. Lastly, a book I thought I would never pick up because it's not the type of book that I would read. But Millie Bobby Brown came out with a book that she wrote, and I have to read it because she's like one of my favourite actresses. I just love her. Okay, now I'm going to get into everything I bought from 66 Books. I'm going to start. So the first book I picked up was Runaway Girl by Emma Talion, I think her name is. So this is about a girl who's terrified of her gangster boyfriend, and she runs away in the dead of night, and she's frightened he will kill her, and he knows he still will if he ever finds her. So it's kind of like an intense. Then I picked up Trust No One, Crush by Tracy Wolfe. This is like fantasy, like vampires in it. So it's basically about an academy where a mortal girl goes into school, and she's kind of surrounded by like immortal vampires, I think. Obviously I've not read it yet, so I don't really have a clue, but look at the cover. This next book I picked up is very like light-hearted. This one is by Jenny Colgan, I think, and it's called A Little Beach Street Bakery. And I believe it's just about a lady that gets out of a toxic relationship and she moves into a new flat which is underneath like an abandoned shop. And it says here that she just takes her frustrations out on her favourite hobby, which is baking, basically. So again, it's just like a very light-hearted story. Just moved you guys a little bit low because my feet were killing. But I picked up this one. It says How We Fall Apart, and I really like the sound of this. It's basically about a queen bee at like the high school is found dead, but like no one knows what happens. So again, it's like mystery, a bit of crime in there. Next, I picked up Do Me No Harm by Julia Corbin. Next, I picked up this. Look at the cover of this book. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It's like gold. And this one is called Madame Bourgeois, I think, by Ruth Hoggin. I'm so bad at pronunciation, guys. This one says, promises must be kept and secrets revealed. It's about a tarot card reader. She's retiring after 50 years of other people's secrets and lives. She's leaving her booth, but before she does, she has to fulfill a promise she made a long time ago. Next, I picked up Stardust, and I don't know why I picked this up, but it just looks so familiar. Like, does anyone recognise this? I don't know if it's been on my TikTok For You page, but I just looked at the cover and I was like, I know you, I've like seen you somewhere. But again, this is at the dawn of the Victorian era, life moves leisurely in the sleepy village wall. Young Tristan Thorne has lost his heart to the beautiful Victoria Foster, and to win her love vows to bring her a star they see fall from the night sky. Oh! Oh my gosh! That's why I recognise it. Stardust! The movie Stardust! Oh my gosh, I used to watch that when I was younger. I feel silly, but oh, that's so good. I didn't know that it was a book. So I'm really excited to read this. Next book is something that has been on my good reads list, is A Dance of Thieves. This again, I've seen everyone reading this one. It's like a fantasy book again. This was kind of like the only book in 66 books that I looked at and thought, oh, I'm surprised that you're here. Next, I've got Mr. Wrong Number. So this is like a bit of like a romancy kind of book. This girl, she gets a text from a random number which turns into the hottest and most entertaining relationship of her life. Next, I picked up Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. It's about a girl who meets the local bad boy Cooper. Hopefully he's not toxic. I hate reading stories of romance where it's just like toxic. I just don't like it. The next book I picked up was 3 Weddings and a Proposal. But on the back it says, at the first wedding there's a shock, the second wedding is unexpected, and by the third, Delphine thinks nothing could surprise her, but she's wrong. I don't know. Who doesn't love a story about a wedding? Next book is The Bookshop on the Corner. Again, this is just like a light-hearted story. It's basically about a librarian who spends her days happily matchmaking books and people. She always knows what someone should read next. But when her beloved library closes, she's suddenly out of job. And she doesn't know what to do. So she moves to the Scottish Highlands, where she bumps into a grumpy but gorgeous farmer. See, I think I'm gonna like this romance book because, again, it's like light-hearted, like he's a farmer and she's like a librarian. So we have Now You See Them But You Can't Keep Them From Danger. So it says on the back, 3 young women have gone missing, but where are they? Next, I picked up Hot Girl Summer. You Don't Need to Grow Up to Glow Up. This one looks so good. It says, Ava, Rebecca and Grace have been best friends forever, but lately their lives in London have felt a little stagnant. And then just goes on about how they're reunion and they're ready to like have some fun again. So I think this is going to be a good like girly like chick flick book. Next, I picked up The Book Club. This is everyone is hiding a secret and one of them is a murderer. See, I just don't know why, I just want to read stuff like this at the moment. The next book I picked up was The Memory Box, Some Love Stories Can't Be Forgotten. It's about a girl who has an opportunity to travel to Italy with her friend, and she is unaware that the trip will open her eyes to the truth that she's been too afraid to face. Next, I picked up The Queen's Gambit because I have seen the episodes on Netflix, but it's so good. Like, again, it's set back in the days, which I love, that kind of era. Can't really go wrong because it cost me like £2. Next, I picked up Cape May, Newlyweds from Georgia. They arrive in Cape May, New Jersey for their honeymoon. On the back, like, The Independent said nods to classics like The Great Gatsby. So if it's like that, then I'm very intrigued. Next we have I Let You Go. It's about a tragic accident and a past you can't escape. That Jenna's world descends into a nightmare, so she does a desperate escape and she moves to a remote cottage on the Welsh coast, but she is haunted by her fears, her grief and her memories of a cruel November night that changed her life forever. And it says on the back, like, did you love Gone Girl? And the girl on the train, now lose yourself in this twisty psychological thriller. So that sounds good because everyone goes on about Gone Girl. I haven't watched the movie or read the book yet, but I've heard so many good reviews on Gone Girl, so if this is like the same sort of style, then I'm sure it's very good. Next, I've got The Forgotten Letters of Esther Durant. I can never pronounce this. I love this book cover though. It's so gorgeous. And it's about a young woman who is committed into an asylum by her husband. Oh, okay. So it's about 3 women that are bonded together by a heartbreaking secret. A love story that needs to be told. So it has like on the back like her story, her story, her story. So that's why I don't really understand what's going on, but it looks so good. Next, I picked up Bad Girl Reputation. So this is kind of like a romance going on. It says they should never get back together, but can they stay apart? I'm hoping it's not like a toxic relationship though, but it just says former bad girl, so instead of bad boy we've got a bad girl going on here. She's home for her mother's funeral. She's prepared to keep her distance from her ex, Evan, so clearly they don't keep their distance. So yeah. Next we have The Unhoneymooners. It says, for 2 sworn enemies, anything can happen during the Hawaiian trip of a lifetime. Interesting because the reviews say it's like downright hilarious and it says it's a joyful, warm, touching book. But then again, it's about like 2 enemies, so I don't know. If it's like light-hearted, we love it. We have The Game, Would You Risk It All to Save Your Family? Back it says her husband is murdered in cold blood and she's devastated, but with a firm to run and a business partner to please, there's no time for tears. Good. Oh, it says George in it. My boyfriend's name. Next we have The Letter from a Stranger. It will uncover betrayal, secrets and love. It says Justine returns her childhood home and she discovers a letter containing a shocking revelation which could change everything she believes about her family's recent history. Oh, I think it's about a love story as well, but also it's like a thriller. Love it. Next we have The Key. It says a hidden note, a lost love and a second chance. I love how I was going on about, oh my gosh, I don't want to read romance, but then kind of a lot of these are like thriller romance. In 1956, I can see why I picked this one up now. It's about the girl, she's a student nurse at Ambergate when she meets a young woman admitted by her father, and then it jumps to like 2006 where Sarah is drawn to the now abandoned Ambergate. While exploring the old corridors, she discovers a suitcase belonging to the female who entered Ambergate, which is the one in 1956. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. Excited! Next we've got Out of Her Depth, Drowning in Lies. It says in a world of backstabbing and bed hopping, lavish parties and easy betrayal, Rachel feels the stakes raising along with the temperature until one night something snaps and someone dies and nothing will ever be the same. Again, bit of crime, bit of mystery, intriguing. Then we've got Say You Swear, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy, I think. They say first loves last forever, I hope they're wrong. Oh, actually, this one actually on the top actually says the unforgettable TikTok sensation. I mean, I haven't seen this on my TikTok, but the girls know on booktok which ones to rave about, don't they? They are so good. Years I dreamt of what college life could bring while some things changed and there are always one constant. It didn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run, my future was clear and he was in it, until suddenly he wasn't. Now there's a new man in my life, and one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me. We love that. Ditch the one that didn't show you and go for the one that shows you how much he wants you. Guys, the very last book. This one is The Wedding of the Year by Jill Mansell. It's said to be a perfect day, but this wedding definitely isn't going as planned. It says Ruby has been the perfect wife, and when she discovers the truth about her husband, her response is reckless and delicious. Surely she deserves one glorious act of revenge. This sounds interesting. So those are all the books. They're literally stacked right next to you. I'm going to count them all. There is one more book I did pick up, but it's not like a storybook. They do have like lifestyle and like you know, self-help books. This is called The Book of the Dead. It's just basically has a lot of ancient spiritual text in here that reveals the secrets of life after death. I don't actually know if I want this anymore. Oh gosh. I don't know. I thought it was like Christian. Oh god. Oh, I don't think I like this. I'm gonna have to do some research on this. I thought it was like, you know, Christianity. Like, I'm getting really big into Christianity at the moment and bought like a Bible and stuff. But if this is like something weird and freaky, then I want it out my room. This looks like an evil book inside with like weird stuff. I don't know. If anyone knows anything about this, please tell me. Giving me the heebie-jeebies. So I just counted, and all of that was 28 books. Obviously not including these other ones I bought the other day, but I think I have a very big book collection at the moment. I am also going to do the book vlogs because reading is such a big part of my life, to be honest. And I'm even trying to get into journalism at the moment. I might have a new job soon in journalism, which I'm quite excited about. There'll be a book vlog coming soon. I hope you enjoyed this haul. If you are going to 66 books, please let me know, and let me know how you found it. I found it really, really good. I've never like seen a place like that in my life before. So, I don't know, it was very fun. I hope you have enjoyed this haul in this video. Again, apologies for the 3 weeks I've been away. I mean, I had no phone, couldn't really edit and do stuff, so, but I'm now back on it and I've missed you guys so much. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!